Here I am now at what's become my favourite assembly table. The other end of my saw table. The next part is to punch holes, the drilling holes for them. You can use naturally a template, printed out template, layout mark. I prefer to laser cut my stuff. The holes are there so I can see which holes are going to be which, the sizes. They're just a guide for it. The holes are 2mm, so I can actually punch with these for brad point bits. Once I punch it, if I need to use bullet points, I'll use this one. Also, while I was looking for these templates, I found I couldn't find this one, so it was easier at the end to go upstairs, print off another one on the laser and bring it down rather than waste 20-30 minutes looking for it. Well, I already wasted 20-30 minutes looking for it and couldn't find it. So it's a simple case of make sure you pick the right template, because unless you're totally drunk, it's obvious that that's not the right size one. That's for the smaller one. But anyway, we're not trying to be comedians here. I use this alignment block only because it's easier than just to try and finger hold this. I slap it in there. I actually use another bit to support it under there. Once you push it in, align it. You can use this thing, and I hate these because sometimes it just doesn't fire. And it hurts the bullet. Shit. Okay, and then flip side. I'll do it. No, yep. No, that'll do it. Actually, I only need to do it on one side because I'm drilling straight through, you idiot. However, for the top, you'll notice, well, you won't notice unless I point it out to you, the small hole, sorry, the larger gap cut out is at the top there, smaller one down the bottom, smaller one there. On the bottom side, the small one's at the back and the larger one at the front. So you make sure you line it up properly, for God's sake. Slap it in, and I'll, again, I hate these because sometimes it just doesn't fire like then. And when it does fire, it takes you a bit of an effort to pull the bloody thing out. Oh, I can't win. I'm dreading doing the small one because I can see myself skinning my knuckles on that. Right. Now on the bottom, I won't be bothering about these holes because I'll be drilling them straight through from the top, but the holes for the rods naturally have to be done. And for the end, look, it's just as easy to try and put it there roughly and in, because at the end of the day it doesn't really matter if it's exactly the center, as long as the drill is perpendicular or parallel with the edges, so that the clamp head is horizontal. Okay, now all I've got to do is another 3 more of these, 4 more of those, and then it'll be over to the drill press. The drill press has been set up with spacers and clamps and all that to drill the holes. So once I've done one, set up the stop blocks and all that, naturally the rest are quite easy. So, and I have learned the hard way to clamp everything down. Unfortunately, when I was making the large one, I forgot to, well, not forgot, I was too bloody lazy to clamp things down. The wood got caught, especially with, actually it was a bigger drill bit. It got caught on the up pull, started spinning, whacked my hand and took a big chunk out of it. And of course it is my dodgy left hand which is now dodgier. So there you have it. Unfortunately that was the last one that I decided to do, but normally what you would do is then grab the next one, put it in there. Naturally I've got a shop vac that'll suck everything out, and with the Festool Bluetooth, this remote control certainly makes it easy. And that's it. So yeah, you know, as I said, I'd bring the next one up, drop that in, and bob it to your uncle. Make sure I get all the chips out of the way, then down it'd go. So there you have it. I've got actually another one to do, which I forgot to do on the previous setup, so I'll do that, and then I'll move on to the small ones. Oh, for all it's worth, these, the way these are actually set out is these holes are on the centre, so basically all I do is drill that one, move that along, line the laser cursor up with the hole, and then just drill. With these bigger holes, they were actually, they're equally offset from each end. So once I drilled that hole, I then flip it over, move it across to the cursor spot and move that. And that's using these drill marks. I will actually take a quick short video hopefully of drilling these top ones. I haven't got these particular screws require a 1/2 inch dowel. I've been using, instead of 1/2 inch, I've been using 12.5mm metric. However, I found that the actual 1/2 inch unit is just too snug in there, and that 0.2 of a mil gives it just enough room to make it that fraction looser. Now I haven't got a 1/2 inch brad point, so what I'm doing is I'm using my 1.5mm brad point to actually centre this. Now what I'm doing is I'm getting it down on the dot, bring it down and actually locking the quill in. Now while I've got that there, I'll bring this fence up to that point and lock that in. With the fence locked in, I can now release this and replace the drill bit with the metric one. Now actually this one isn't too bad, it's got a bullet point on it as opposed to the brad point. However, having said that, it's still not the ideal way to I find it just hard to line up, and that's because of my eyesight. So now that it's been centered, and I'll use the same principle for that. Hang on, I'll lock the quill. This is one of those things where you can choose on the menu to do a power spindle hold. Then once you turn the spindle hold on, it locks the spindle and you can actually tighten this keyless thing, because without the spindle hold, you can see how easy that turns around. With the spindle hold on, you can actually lock it in. Okay, so now hopefully, if I do, actually I can't, my laser, I've got a laser light, that just personally gets me approximate. I never have enough faith in it because it always seems to move. No, actually this time it's right, but doesn't matter. What I will do now is clamp a piece of wood there. And anyway, look, I've set it up. Okay, having said that, I don't need the, well, yes, I do need the, no, I don't need the laser because I've got this stop block here, so I can turn that off and save electricity. The stop block set, I'm using this Rockler clamp to hold it down at the back, and look, just for safety, I put this here. There is a reason for that, and you'll see why later. But I've got this Rockler bendy thing that'll hold this. So I thought, damn it, look, I'll give it a try to see if I can get any dust extraction while I'm doing the job. And what else did I say? Oh yeah, because the first time I tried it, I cut one hole, but I forgot to turn the dusty on, which didn't exactly help because it sucked nothing. Then when I did turn it on, I found I hadn't rerouted it. I might show you the setup I've got, but blast gates control whether it feeds to the drill press or my lathe. But, okay, look, here we go. I'll do the last one and see how much quicker that goes. Let's see if we slap that there, turn that on. The dusty should have been handier. Turn that on. Look, that wasn't too bad, other than maybe having the dusty handier somewhere closer to hand, and I'd move the camera so I don't have to reach around it. That's pretty good. Now I have to do the same offset hole, but on the flip side. Get the thing out of the way. Now what I will have to do now, I'll turn the laser on, bring up my goggles, and what I will do is I line, oh, that's got to move, line this up with close enough to, now hopefully that's the same offset. So we've got that, and I'll tap this into the exact spot so it's centered on that. Oops. Tap it the right way, here we go. That's centered on the line. Now I can reposition this stop block. Screw that down nice and tight, so hopefully from now on every other piece I bring in will fix that. I'll lock that into place. That holds it down. The other good thing about it is that actually holds it down. Clamp in spot. Dusty. Button. On. And here we go. Woohoo! And we have our first hole, or first set of holes. That's pretty good. Look, camera off, and oh, now, oh, hang on, which way does that go? Better make sure I've got it right. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm surprised. I would have preferred to... No, that's the way it has to go. Shut up, Cara. Okay. Camera off, and I'm off to the production line.